Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy P Funk. Thinking right out here in my lap. I got my it's Botkin time. I've got to expose a few people. I got to tell you the truth about certain things, so that's what I do for you. Let's go. I got a good one for you. How some wise men who didn't practice what they teach. Frauds. Mm-hmm. I've got some super frauds. What's a super fraud? Those mega preachers who making millions of dollars every year selling you a bill of goods and don't live up to half the stuff that they telling you on Sundays. Super fraud. Okay, so let's talk about that. Rightism, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling story with a message. There's always a message in my stories for life. I give life lessons, tell you the truth. You tune in to receive them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking way of life through mental and spiritual discipline practice daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. See where we're going with this? Let's get that together. So I asked the question, do you know you? You will when I'm through. That's what I do for you. It's rhetorical, but if you don't have an answer for yourself, tune in. I got you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. Don't be them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous, avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers know thyself and to my yacht be true. Alright, right thinkers, P Funk philosophy on for all those who didn't practice what they teach, aka frauds or super frauds. I'm not a fraud. My man with that Nixon, I'm not a thief. 2 months later, he resigned. I ain't a thief. What you resigning for? Moving on. So this don't mean nothing. The truth will pan itself out. I know a few wise men that I've been studying who I respect their philosophy and their teachings, but they personally themselves didn't practice what they teach. Good teachers, good teachers. They just didn't practice what they were teaching. So now, is what he was teaching authentic? Was it real? Was it good? Yeah, it was all of that. He just didn't use it. He knew it. He understood it. He told you I'm a fraud. He told you, my man, Alan Watts, excuse me, but that's my dude. And I got nothing respect. But I look at it, he let you know, off camera, I'm the biggest fraud there is. Why? I don't do half the stuff I tell y'all about. And your boy, Paul, and my pastor calls me Paul from the Bible. Paul told you, I didn't learn it. I'm making this stuff up as I go. And I don't do that, but I got to understand. And my brother philosophy is, what you don't know, make it up. No, my man, you got to back up what you say, so you just can't make stuff up. Moving on, but the frauds, they would give you a good story. They would sell you a bill of goods, and that's all they doing. Why? They not buying it. Moving on. Alan Watts was an excellent, hell of a teacher. I've studied him. I love that guy. And after studying him in the lectures, I got a little more into his personal life. Whoa! Sometimes you might not want to venture down that road. Okay, I tell you a story about my ex-wife. She was a Carl Malone fan, the mailman. They showed his personal life with him with this white broad. Oh, she hate him. See, so some things you might not want to know about a person. They showed Alan Watts' personal life: 3 wives, three failed marriages, died young, alcoholic. Smart as he was, Mr. Zen Master, Mr. Oh, he not man. That dude was very very astute with when he practiced and studied. He just didn't live it. I understand that. And me and my pastor, I just talked to him before I came here. Dude, we advocate. If you're gonna teach it and preach it, you got to live it. That's the authenticity. That's what makes it work. But he told you, no, don't mess with me. Why? I'm a fraud. And he told you that, so I gotta respect that too, because he wasn't trying to fake it. He wasn't trying. No, he told you, man, I don't do this, but y'all eating it up. I get paid for this. He made it a hustle, not a way of life. Two different things. And for you super frauds, that's what y'all doing in the name of the Lord. He did it in the name of philosophy. I can respect that, okay? But he didn't do it, and he didn't perpetrate to be all holier than thou. He never professed that. I can go with that. So he was an alcoholic, but he could teach his ass off. Okay? He knew the Zen philosophy of the Middle East when it was not fashionable. He brought it back here and introduced us to it. Great philosophy. Philosophically, he had it down pat. But he had his own personal thing that he was dealing with, and him and that alcohol was, his thing. Your problem, one of them guys. We all have our own demons this way. We all have our own personal addictions that we may know is good, but that willpower, that determination, that discipline got to be strong. And if you can strong enough to teach and philosophize and go through all the trials and tribulations to get that knowledge, then don't use it. That's sad. He taught, do as I teach, do as I say, not as I do. That was cool. Because he let you know, take the lesson. Don't worry about me. Some people, he was one of them guys. I can talk it, I ain't walking it. He didn't perpetrate the fraud like he was. So I tip my hat to the guy and look what he got. What he deserved. His life ended up early. At his own demise. My guru says, when you're doing things that you know is not good to you or for you, that's death by installments. You making your life shorter and shorter. Moving on. But he didn't hide the fact that he was a fraud. He was honest about that. I laugh at myself. You gotta get the guy credit. Okay? He was who he was, and that's who he was. He wasn't a fraud. But in his mind, he was a fraud. But he taught what you need to be learning. And that wasn't fraudulent. That was on point. I learned his philosophy. I still practice it. It makes a lot of sense. So his personal life, I don't get involved in that. That's one of the reasons why. That's one of the reasons why you're not going to like some people outside of what they do and what you like about them. Some things you may not like about them. A super fraud. What's a super fraud? I thought a fraud is somebody who can teach it and give it, and it's good. A super fraud is somebody who can do it, but they're going to charge you. Okay? Those pastors who steal in the name of the Lord themselves, I call them super frauds in the name of the Lord. When you, at least my man, like I said, philosophically, he taught lectures and did what he did to earn money, get more drinking. That's what he did with it. Okay, but that was his thing. He never professed to be holier than thou. He never possessed himself to be, up. No. He knew just what he was and who he was. Respect. But a super fraud, they think everybody's stupid. A super fraud is one he knew in his heart and mind that he was full of shit. All of them do. That's why they get theirs at Judgment Day. They can fool all the people all the time. Okay, you come in the name of the Lord, yeah. And they talk the talk and they know walk it. Those are the super frauds. If you were to see them when they ain't doing what they do, you might not like them. That's what I'm saying. And personally, I'm old school. You have to live it in order to authenticate or legitimize whatever it is you're trying to sell me or get me to understand. If you ain't walking it, don't talk it. Why? Where I come from, that's the only ones who can talk it, is those who walk it. Now, anybody can talk it. And they ain't got to walk it. That's what the problem is. Like y'all getting away without walking it. And there's a lot of that going on. Why? The people. That's on y'all. Y'all spiritual discernment is so bad. Y'all can't recognize DBSs. I see them a mile away. It sickens me. And my pastors, I don't feel bad. He's one of them. He said, I don't even miss them guys. I can't deal with them. What? So yeah. If you're not living what it is you're preaching or teaching, you have lost respect for me personally. Why? I'm adamant about what I do and how I do And when I see other people doing it, I'm observing. My man, I don't have no respect for you doing what you're doing. Why? You know what you're doing. I know what you're doing. That's why I ain't following you. That's why I know. I'm not gonna put your spot up. No, I ain't got my job. But I don't mess with them kind of people. I don't look at achievements. I look at the person who made the achievement and how he achieved or she achieved it, how they handle themselves. From talking to, like my man said, good people will be good people all the time. Not just when they doing what they do. They should be that same person. I pride myself on that. So when you ain't doing that, I'm not gonna look at you. Oh, it's so no, my man. No, you got some issues, personal. Okay, but you need to be addressing your personal issues. You gonna tell everybody about theirs and put this on bad, but you ain't gonna address yours. Like you don't have none. Really? That's what transparency comes in at. At least my man was honest and forthright. I'm a fraud. He tell you, man, I'm full of crap. But that don't stop y'all from coming to my lectures and give me them big checks I get. All right. But I don't look at the person, what they do. I look at the person, how they are. And a lot of so-called good men and women have secrets that show who they really was. And if we were to expose them, they would be out of business. TD Jakes. If everything they said about you, you claimed the whole time was lies and wrongs and wrong, dude, what happened? And all his followers, a lot of them, so heartbroken and disappointed. Why? You put your faith in man, not God. That's your fault. Okay, deal with it. Your discernment, your spiritual discernment should have been better. I like the little thing that he said. As a person, I didn't mess with him. That tells you right there. My pastor, I like him as a person and as a pastor. That's the difference. He's a good man outside the pulpit. I'm a good dude outside of still doing what I do. I'm the same dude, living, doing what I say. I do what you should do. I live it. But if I didn't practice and master my philosophy, myself personally, my philosophy would be fraudulent. Wouldn't be worth a plug nickel. Why? Wait, that nonsense. You ain't even doing it. So I hold myself accountable to at least be the one to practice what I preach or teach. So that way I know at least somebody using it, me. Okay? And if it's working for me, that's all I care about. Why? It'll work for you too. If you practice it, I'm showing you what it looked like. Why? I used it. Okay? I don't just profess it. And I stand on my right thinking philosophy by living it by what? Daily. And so I do that to show and prove what it looks like if you practice it. Okay? Simple as that. I'm getting better in what I'm doing, living. Life is meant to be lived to the fullest extent. Don't leave nothing on the table. Why? It ain't good for nobody else. Anybody do it but you. So get all that juice out that lemon. Squeeze the hell out of life. Enjoy it. Okay? Don't let life squeeze you. A lot of people going through life and it's squeezing and choking the hell out of them. They can't survive. They choking them own selves. So again, I stand on my philosophy. Being real is very important to me. My name, Pure Real. I stand on that. I live for that. And my spiritual knowledge is what helps me keep me what? Keep me real with spiritual understanding. I'm even better now. I was real when I was ignorant. I had a little knowledge and boy, I'm good now. So that's the difference. And being religious don't make you spiritual. I keep telling you that. I'm spiritual being having human experience. I fellowship with religious people who practice Christianity. As far as it goes. Moving on. My sister's a Muslim, my brother's Jehovah's Witness. The church, my family is Christians. See? Simple. So, being religious don't make you spiritual. Living by your religious belief makes you a little more spiritual. Why? Because you're doing the right thing according to your commandments that y'all stand on. You stand on them, you'll be a good person. That's why I ain't gonna problem with them at all. Okay? And that's what makes you spiritual. Frauds when you don't stand on what your religious concepts. Just I'm a Christian. You do anything Christian? No, why you Christian? You giving Christians a bad name. You making Christians look bad. You ain't a good Christian. They swear to God they're good Christians. According to who? You don't count. I'm a spiritual philosopher. I'm God conscious. I have knowledge of God. I have understanding of God. I teach and live a God concept. And that leads me by my spiritual, I'm led by my spiritual discipline that I practice daily. Hold myself to what I tell you to do for yourself. I hold myself to do it. Okay? No days off. Okay, no. Since I found that Bruce Lee never broke training, I'm all in. I just see Muhammad Ali said, how long it take for you to get out of shape? I missed one day. I freak out. He said, you get out of shape about 3 weeks of no activity, that out of shape. I ain't ever gonna let that happen. Unless something just bad happen. 3 weeks, you got no way in the world. But again, you have to be responsible, and that's called discipline. Why? Daily. You got to live daily. So whatever you're doing, add it into your lifestyle, and you get better at it. I'm a sage because I practice what I teach. I was a student first. I learned, and I manifest. I got it together, so now I'm helping others to reach the same thing, self-mastery like me. I want you to be like me, not me, but be like me with understanding and knowing who you are. That's what self-mastery I have. You have to live and practice what it is you're learning or teaching and preaching yourself. If not, you are a fraud. All you preachers don't care. I don't give a crap. You went to seminary school, got your degree, okay, but you are a fraud when all you doing is using that to profit and gain material things, the financial situation for yourself. That ain't serving the Lord. You serving yourself. Fraud. But you want everybody to leave. You're a godly person. You wear a collar. And you just as crooked as that serpent on the corner. Okay, you ain't no better than them. All right. So you have to live it and profess it and produce what you plan to get from it. If it ain't working for you, it ain't working for nobody else. Okay. My pastor, he lives that book, and it's all by the book with him. My spiritual, okay, if you have to live, practice what it is you're teaching or preaching, if you're not, you're a fraud, not my teaching. I live it. So spiritual frauds are those, they the worst. Why? Those are the ones that steal from you, ignorant people who believe in God and they got you and they just drain you for everything they can get from you, suckers. What? They selling you a bill of goods and you buying. You buy it willingly. He ain't twisting your arm. He ain't got a gun in your back. You giving it to him willingly. Can't knock another man hustle, but when I see how y'all doing it, that just drives me crazy. I just don't partake. Moving on. So your spiritual frauds are the ones who never walk the walk. Okay? They are always talking the talk, but they never manifest or produce the walk. Why? They getting away with the talk. You giving them what they want, so they ain't got to show you the walk. Now I mean the crib walk. All right? Or the pimp walk. I got it. All men have swag. And all pimps, they show you from the 70s. My man was Willie Dynamite. He come out the jailhouse. He had his 6 girls behind him. He had swag no end. And people hate that. The police hated him for his swag. Y'all chose to be police. He chose to be a pimp. Don't get mad at him. Y'all chose what y'all chose. He chose what he chose. But yeah, mortal enemies. But anyway, they just didn't like the swag. And when you got swag, everybody ain't gonna like it. Everybody ain't gonna respect it. So understand that. Been there too. But if you're a pastor, if your pastor is living better than you, 9 times out of 10, you supporting him and he's a fraud, but he getting to live the life and you just paying his way. Because you believe he's a good guy. You need to know he's full of crap. And if you really check him out, your discernment, your spiritual discernment, that's Anubis. You're a little sharper, you will see right through that nonsense, okay? I'm not going to be hoodwinked and bamboozled by some bootleg ass preacher. Ain't happening. Moving on. Come on. And all you belief system followers, religious people, don't see what? Through his lies. Your spiritual discernment don't recognize the fraudulent preachers who giving you the word that you should be a little more adapt to realize that you ain't living it. You ain't doing it. You ain't zipping it. Y'all got the preacher with the gauges and the fancy suits. You know he ain't serving the Lord. Okay? Understand that. Pimps and preachers wear gaiters. Moving on, just put it out there. It's hard to tell by how they dress. All right. So with right thinking philosophy, if you follow it correctly, daily, and in earnest, what happened? It will change your life. Trust me. That I can guarantee. I guarantee. Why? I did it, so I can guarantee you that. Wrapping it up. Sorry about that. I'm taking it on out. With right thinking philosophy only works like anything else that you want to practice. It only works because you have to work it. You have to live it when daily. And you will improve and you will show others what you're doing. It ain't just what you're saying, it's what you're doing. That's why I'm here every day, showing you every day. Moving on. I am my product. Me, I'm giving the information. I'm a content creator, and I can do that with knowledge of self. I can teach it to others. Why? I live it myself, so I practice it. So I ain't gotta make it up. No, I can just give it to you. Like I said, life lessons. This is real life. My muse is my life. It's all about me. You didn't know that? Good then. Yeah. All right. I don't have millions of right thinking followers. I don't obtain millions of views. I'm lucky if I get 20, 30 people to watch my show at a time. That means my classroom, my lesson, like a classroom. Some days I get 10 students. Some days I get 1,000. Back on the street, some days I sell $100 worth. Some days I sell 10,000 worth. Moving on. But that's how the game is played. I understand that. But I don't have millions. But I do have a few thousand. I do have means that work. That means what I'm searching, what I'm teaching you is working while they tuning in. It's the spiritual gumbo. It must taste good. Well, y'all keep coming back for more. My job is to keep it good. I'm the creator of that bowl. All right. I'm wise enough, hopefully, and think I am, to know what that the daily practice of what you're teaching, your students will learn something what every day. If you put out there every day, those who tune in should get something every day. That's my way. I'm a master of myself. I dictate, I control, and orchestrate everything I say and do. And I use my right thinking philosophy and I teach it to others so that they can do it too. That's all I want from you. That's all I'm trying for you. That's it. That's it. I ain't ask you for the money, none of that nonsense. No, no, no. Just take the knowledge and I'm going about your business. The little bit of views I get pays the bill, so we good with that too. With mom before, I wasn't getting nothing. So a little bit I get now, I take that. Remember, my man gave me the best life lesson. A little bit of something is better than a whole lot of nothing. I get a little bit of something every day, but I give a little something every day. That's the right thinking way. All right, wrapping it up, taking it home. I appreciate you tuning in. This is one of the life lessons you might want to take heed to if I'm talking about you. I tell the truth. Real wise men will die with their wisdom, not go the other way and feed and give it to their ego self and revert back to what they know is wrong. I'm not going back to that other guy. Ain't happening. Okay? Just like you only get one life, you only get one ego, you only get one shot. And I put mine to rest. I'm good with that. He ain't coming back. Okay? Understand a life lesson is when you take control of everything about you. But if you professing a whole bunch of stuff and ain't doing it, stop. Why? You'll find out karma take care of you. That's what karma's for. All you guys who think they can sneak, and creep, and get by everybody else who's thinking they doing this and they doing that. He knows your heart. Hope you enjoyed the lesson, right thinkers. And for those who don't, I know why. Truth always hurts. Let's go. In closing, right thinkers, may you all live to be 100. Me, 100 miles a day. So I'll never know that my right thinkers who know or should know that some of the wise men who don't practice what they preach ain't good people. They're frauds. Have passed away. Don't be one. If you know them, leave.